Hello. Today is Friday. It's officially Friday, and I am here with someone who caused me a great deal of pain. And when I say pain, this person actually kicked me in the shin. First time I've ever been kicked in the shin, and hopefully it won't be the last time. And I mean that in a good way, because he was actually training me in mixed martial arts. And today's surprise guest is Karl, Jahn. Karl, say a few words to the peoples.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Oh, hey.
Don't be shy, speak.
I'm not shy, I'm just saying. Hey, how you guys doing?
He talks better with his hands.
Not all the time, but
he's a master of his craft.
I'm not saying a master, but I'm pretty good. How we doing today, Laura?
I'm good. All that noise in the background, they're doing some construction work, but this is how we do things. This is happening here, real. I started training with Karl last year sometime.
2 years ago?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get in shape because after Danny dumped me. Okay, he didn't dump me so much as I left him to go to Karl.
True.
Because mixed martial arts is intense. It's
different though. It's different. Different than doing like basic overall, weight training and bodybuilding and all that stuff.
Yeah. I told you the kicking alone just winded me. Literally 10 minutes of kicking and you're done. You don't even need to go to a gym, but I'm sure Karl will want you to pay him. So he will be your gym, your mixed martial arts gym. How did you get into mixed martial arts?
Weird story. I was dropping my daughter off to Florida to be with her mother. And when I came back, I was slightly overweight, 290 pounds. So I was coming back and I kind of had like anxiety, like panic attacks, and I kept having them. So I went to the doctor and, they was testing me for diabetes, high blood pressure, you name it, they test me for it. They couldn't find nothing. So the doctor basically kind of scared me. It was like, you're lucky, like, you could be, in bad health, you could die and everything. So after he gave me stress tests, a Holter exam, whatever, all that stuff, I decided, with his encouragement, of course, threatened that I was going to die, to go to the gym and, work out. And I don't like, the typical, lift weights and stuff like that. So I decided to just do martial arts, and that's how it all came about 7 years ago.
I'm starting to feel like everybody I interview was on their deathbed. This is making me nervous. Oh my God, I gotta make this lighter. I'm gonna start interviewing clowns. Jeez. Okay, so you're saying that the mixed martial arts, it helps you kind of alleviate some of your stress, kind of clears your head.
Stress, helped me to get in better shape and everything. It's mind over body. Like, when your body feels right, your mind feels right and everything. It's a true adage of, what a lot of people do say.
Do you ever feel like when you're outside, I can imagine, as a boxer, you see these guys and, you hear people say like nobody would ever mess with them. Is your confidence level so high that when you walk out in the street, for a fact, anybody gives you any type of trouble that you're just going to kick their ass? Just off the back, I'm going to kick your ass.
No, I think that's a misperception because you don't know what the next guy is capable of.
Okay, outside of weapons, I'm going to kick your ass.
Well, everyone, you have to have that confidence because I don't think no one goes into doing anything feeling like, oh, I suck. Jordan didn't go in feeling like, oh, I'm not the best basketball player. If you already go in feeling like you're defeated, you already lost. So you have that confidence, that expectation of being able to believe in your skill level in handling your business when you're out on the street.
Well, speaking of basketball, I've seen you play. I don't know, I would say you have confidence with that, but you hold your own. But it's pretty interesting because when you first started training me, I was so tired. I couldn't believe, because of endurance,
it's a different animal.
It is a different animal, and I lacked the endurance. But I found that, training with you after about 2 weeks, I felt more confident and drinking lots of water. You need water because you're like totally sweating like crazy.
Drink your water, drink your aminos.
Yeah, but after 2 weeks, I felt really comfortable with the movements. I was so focused on the movements. So somebody who's thinking, to get into this type of craft, what would be the hardest thing? I mean, what would keep someone away from this? Like, just looking on the outside, saying, like, I can't do this, it looks too hard, coordination, I don't have it, what?
I think time to invest, because it's not one of those things that you're going to get overnight. It's a skill that takes time to develop. Even at best, everyone learns at their own pace, but even your best, being at your best, it's not going to come easy. It's going to take time. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take a lot. So that frustrates people, because we're in a world where you want it every minute. You just want it. You want it as fast as it could be. No one wants to work for anything, but this is something that no matter what you do, you're gonna have to work to succeed.
And you kept telling me, I remember, because I like to dance. I love movement. I'm always like on a dance floor, the first one when we're out. And you kept saying, if you like to dance, then you should be able to do this. And I'm thinking to myself, I cannot coordinate, with the whole, walking towards you as I'm punching, doing spin arounds. I couldn't get my body to kind of agree with my mind on which direction I should go. So you don't necessarily need to start out with great coordination to do this, right?
No, you don't. You really don't. I mean, like I said, it's a fact of putting in the time and the work to succeed. That's basically what it comes down to.
Because I can do a mean Dougie, but I guess that doesn't help me.
Show me how to Dougie, right?
Okay, and I'm thinking, I could Dougie, so why can't I kick? But I guess it's a little more coordinated than that.
It's different. Your dancing didn't really translate into the martial arts as I thought it would. Like,
it didn't at all.
Of course, I've seen you dance way many times before we started training, and I was like, you should be an easier client to train, because you have that dance and coordination, you have footwork and everything. But clearly I was mistaken.
Yeah, because it's not 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, it's not that.
See in here, okay. Someone's hanging from a chandelier.
Oh my God! And the first time that I got dropped, wasn't expecting that. I was so focused, and I mean, I think coming in, people, mixed martial arts. For me, I'm thinking, this, hand-foot coordination skill, going in, not realizing that I'm so focused on not getting hit that I lost focus. Do you find that happens a lot with people you have trained in the past? They don't want to get hit. They want to fight, but they don't want to get hit.
Exactly. People on the misconception that, like when you're hitting a bag and a pad, they don't hit back. They're there for you to hit, so they, they're
this is easy.
They're moving, doing their combos, everything. They look good, everything, but everyone has a plan until they get hit. So, you have to be able to apply it to a real life situation. There's a difference between traditional and practical. Traditional is great and everything, and it's great for learning, it's great for teaching purpose, but if you can't take that traditional aspect of your training and apply it to a practical, real-life situation, you already done lost the fight.
Well, it didn't help when you were telling me how awesome I was on a bag, because now you're like, okay, I'm putting on my gloves. I'm like, wait, what, about that. So I wasn't so great with you because, ouch, the floor hurts.
The floor does hurt.
The floor hurts. And I remember exactly the first time that I got kicked in the shin in my life. I didn't realize it was that crippling. I went down. I thought I could get back up immediately, and no, nerves just radiated. The pain did, and I thought I was done. I was sick to my stomach. And you started telling me that I should, try strengthening my shins. But that involves pain. So how does one strengthen shins without that much pain?
Well, basically, when we say strengthen shins, it's deadening the nerves.
That's a mouthful. Strengthen shins. Strengthen. Yes. So how do we do that?
It's a process that you want to deaden the nerves that run up the shin bone, up the crease, I guess, whatever it is.
And by deaden, I know to numb them, but would that feeling ever come back? Are you saying?
No, it's the deadenness will. Basically, the nerve is sending a signal to your brain that, like, ouch, I feel pain. So basically, when you deaden the nerve, the signal doesn't go to the brain saying like, oh, it's painful. So basically, that's what you want to do. It's a long process. Like people, fighters in Thailand, they grow up 5 years old, maybe even younger, start kicking and everything. So when they're fighting and they clash shins and everything, they don't feel it as much. Plus the adrenaline will kick in too. So that's basically how you do it. I mean, there's ways to do it. You can hit the bag, fighting, sparring, everything. You'll clash shins. Some people take a stick and roll it up and down their shin bones to try to kill the nerves. I mean, there's lots of ways to do it. Depends on your pain tolerance. So some people just, naturally just have high pain tolerance. Other sports will help too, like soccer. A lot of soccer players make good fighters because of the coordination, the cardio, and the ability to kick and kick real hard.
And the ability to be able to get kicked.
That's
and tolerate that pain.
Like my best friend.
Thank you. And I know that every fighter, well, anyone in any profession, they always feel that, there's always something, to be learned. You're never at your best. Your skill level now, what would you say to someone who's trying to just be at the top of, MMA fighting, like if it's something they wanted to do, like how often should they practice, how long of a day should they have, and what else should they do besides maybe hitting the bag and deadening their shins, strengthening their shins?
Well, I mean, there's multiple aspects of fighting. It's not just, hitting the bag and everything. Sparring goes a long way, shadow boxing goes a long way, working on your technique, footwork and everything. All that all combines into one, big animal, and boom, then you come out.
And what about, because I'm not hearing anything, running, maybe weightlifting. Do you promote that?
Running, yes. Weightlifting, not as much. You want strength, you don't want the bulkiness aspect of it. So I like more like calisthenics, like high intense training, stuff like that. Battle ropes, TRX, stuff like that.
And for those who don't know, battle ropes, like what are you doing exactly? What does that work out?
The battle ropes is a big rope. You could swing it up and down with your hands. You could do like, I don't know, like the technical.
He's making motions.
I'm making
motions. He's making waving motions with his
on the
hands.
podcast. So it's like a waving motion, up and down real hard and everything. You could use it on the tire, pull it, sled pushes, stuff like that. Stuff that gets you high intense strength, because you want to be able to strike with speed and accuracy and power at the same time. Which muscle is good, but you're gonna lose speed because muscle slows you down.
Muscle slows you down. I don't know. I mean, when I see boxers, and a lot of them are huge, and they seem pretty quick with their hands and their foot speed. So how do you say that?
Well, a boxer is big and strong, but they're not a bodybuilder.
Not a bodybuilder. Okay.
So like I said, you want the strength. I'm not saying not to lift weights or nothing like that. I'm just saying like focus more on calisthenics and get more explosive strength. And you can always mix in, weightlifting and everything, because I've done weightlifting myself. So, I mean, but I don't focus on it. I may do 25 to 30% weightlifting, and then the other 75%, I focus on high intense training.
Because I know a lot of men in particular, not necessarily women so much, but they figure like, the bigger you are, the stronger you are. Not necessarily true, right?
No, not necessarily. The bigger you are, the more intimidating you look.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you're skillful enough to be able to use your strength. You could have your strength used against you too.
Well, that is true. But give an example of having your strength used against you.
Well, if someone's big and strong, usually they're slower, so you use your speed against them. You use your technique, because most of them won't have, great technique, because they figure they're just bigger and strong, they'll just bully their way through you.
Okay.
So
I noticed you're drinking this purple concoction, which appears to be a smoothie. Tell us about that.
It's a Batman. It's a drink that, when I trained at UFC gym, it was one of the menu items, and it's really good.
What's in it?
Blueberries, bananas, almond milk, almond butter, honey, vanilla protein powder.
Now, is diet something that you should pay particular attention to when you're
of course
training?
Diet is one of the biggest components of training. It goes hand in hand. When you start training and you're feeling good about yourself, you kind of want to. You don't want the bad foods because you feel like you're doing all this work. So you're gonna more translate, your training into a good diet.
Okay, that sounds like good information. As I'm sitting over here munching on French fries. Not a lot. It's maybe 4 or 5 fries that I've eaten so far.
Sure.
Okay, they can't see me, so be quiet. No snitching. No snitching. So, day to day for you, training would involve just a typical day. What are you doing in the gym?
Well, when I'm really focused on training, I kind of overtrain, which I don't suggest for people to do. It's just what I do. I train 3 times a day.
3 times a day?
3 times a day.
Not a week, a day.
A day. I mean, at one time I was training 6 days a week and about for 5 hours a day.
5? How do you break that up?
I got tired.
No, I'm saying, but is it like continuous, or do you train an hour, stop, rest, and then, go on, or is it just like 2 hours? How do you do that?
I mean, before I got my new job where I had to really structure my time because, I had to focus on work and everything like that, I would just go straight at it. I would go 9 to about 2 o'clock.
Oh my God, what is that detail? Like what are you, bags, you're kicking and just...
At the time, that's when I was... went to the doctor and he said I need to change my life and everything.
Okay.
So it would consist of 2 classes, 9 a.m. class and 12 p.m. class.
Wow.
And in between there, it was just like figure out what I'm gonna do, either, strength training, sparring, technical work,
I'm tired listening to this. My body is tired listening to this. So we're gonna start training again. I think I was like really happy with the MMA. I thought it was just nice, and also for women. And I told you that before, that basic things that you taught me, the average person in the street wouldn't even expect, especially from a woman. They're coming up to you, and to have that confidence, knowing that you're at the ready. I mean, you're not going to try to fight this person to the death. You want to do what you can do to get out of there. But if you do, gain the upper hand, you can inflict some damage, to keep this person disabled. So I like that part of it.
It is. Knowing what you're capable of could be a scary thing.
Oh God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because when I'm walking down the hall and I see Karl and he's giving me the business, telling you, shin kicks, boy, it's a hell of a drug. And not a good drug, because they hurt. Okay, well, listen, is there anything else you want to tell the people about you? Do you have a site you want them to go to? Are you offering some lessons to people? Maybe they can win a lesson from Karl.
Win a lesson from me?
Yeah, about, give them a week of kicking lessons.
Oh boy, you have to come fully prepared. I'm not an easy trainer.
No, he's easy to work with. He means well, and he treats you good. He's going to hurt you, but when he hurts you, it's only to teach you.
Yeah. When I punch you in the face, that means keep your hands up.
Believe me, it means keep your hands up. Ow. Yeah. But you know what they say, a punch in the face makes you stronger. It gives your face character.
I think Kelly Clarkson said that. It doesn't kill you, makes you stronger.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, a punch in the face never hurt anybody.
Never
right?
hurt anybody.
As long as it's not full force.
And if pain wears off, after a day.
Or 2.
Well, 2. I've had my share of bruises.
So have I.
Yeah.
Comes with the territory.
Okay. So it's a rainy day today.
It is.
I think I'm finished these fries. The last of the 6 that I had.
Like 25.
All right. Well, we're going to end here. And I want to thank you, Karl, for sitting with me and having a talk about MMA.
No doubt.
Maybe somebody will be interested in taking a class with you. Do you have an Instagram or something that they could hit you up on and say, hey, Karl, give me a week of your time and teach me something that I didn't know that I can use to protect myself out in these crazy New York City streets?
Do I have Instagram? I do. Circle K, CYR.
Get it together, brother. Get it together.
CLE_K.
See what happens when we stop writing things down and we use our phones to remember everything.
No, it threw me off because I used a Y instead of an I, so I had to think about it for a second.
Okay. Shin, strengthener, I, and Y. I'm going to make that into a t-shirt. Okay, so you have his Instagram, and you can hit him up, and he can teach you some things, and bring your shin guards.
Shin guards are always good.
Shin guards are always good. But Karl, thank you again for taking this time out to sit and chat with me, and hopefully I'll have you on again.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of stuff to cover.
A lot of stuff to cover.
You know, bets, basketball.
Oh, bets, and we're not going to discuss that now because I think it's illegal in New York.
It is illegal.
Guys, thank you for listening to another episode of Yellow Shoelaces. And again, this is Karl Jahn, and we'll get back at you later. Peace out.